64 laps complete. Kyle Busch has led 95 of them, bringing his laps led in NASCAR's 3 top series in this short season so far up to around 1,800.
And right now he's got the field covered by easily a tenth, most of the time 2 tenths.
Can Carl Edwards catch him? We listened in on Carl and team.
Can we make it to the end, Bob? At 10-4. Go get that 18, buddy.
Notice no response. Yeah, right.
Yeah, we feel strongly, based on when all those green flag stops came, that everyone can make it to the end here, as we've got now 62 laps to go.
Well, on a short run, Kyle Busch's car has been better much of the day. On a long run, Carl Edwards gets to a point where he's much quicker than Kyle Busch, but as they get to the end of the fuel load, and they will if we stay green, Kyle's lap times come right back down to him. So it's going to be an interesting wait and see, Steve.
Well, Mike, the crew just told Kyle Busch that they're fine on gas. Good to go to the end was the quote. And before the stop, remember, Kyle said, I'm still tight in the center. I need more speed there. Well, they have fixed the center. They're much better there. He's just a little bit loose off the corners now.
Thanks, Steve. Good battle here. Now, this is for 8th place. Jamie McMurray, Jeff Burton trying to get to the lucky dog position for Jeff Burton for an important reason.
Yeah, they're running in the top 10, but the problem is they're a lap down. But when you look at the 31 car, Jeff Burton, 2nd points. Yeah, he's finished in the top 15 every race this year, but he's been on the lead lap every single race, too, at the finish. And right now, he's 1 lap down. So this is a battle, as you mentioned, Mike, for the free pass should we get a caution.
Just to refresh your memory, we had 13 cars, only had 13 cars on the lead lap at the end of the race last year. I know we've only got 6 there or 7 there now, but this place, when it goes green like this, you just get a lot of cars a lap down.
That's Carl Edwards right behind them, the 99 car, running in 2nd. So this is not the greatest situation for Carl Edwards with these 2 guys battling for the free pass.
Jeff Burton started 38th today. He started 6 races in the 30s this season, but his worst finish in those 6 races, 13. He's in 9th place right now.
And they've obviously got a plan to get from the back to the front without getting in any trouble.
With the green.
NASCAR on Fox welcomes you back to Dover. Just under 50 miles to go, and we're seeing something spectacular here at Jeff Hammond. Kyle Busch, Carl Edwards, they combined to win half the races so far this year. This is the 13th race of the season. Talk about the good guy, the smiley guy. Talk about the bad hat, the villain role, which Kyle seems to enjoy. These two, they may be building a rivalry, something we'll watch not only the rest of this season, but for a long time in NASCAR.
Yeah, we maybe wind up watching, the beginning of basically a Yarborough-Petty type rivalry, or a Pearson-Petty, Allison, Waltrip. This is the kind of thing I think NASCAR's been looking for, is a good guy versus a bad guy. And again, Kyle Busch, he seems like he's really enjoying that, leading the race right now, basically pulling away from Carl Edwards, who's really struggling, working his way through the traffic to be able to lay chase to Kyle Busch. Before that caution, before that green flag stop, he was right on his back bumper. But right now, he's got a lot of work to do. He expects to be able to win this race.
And it's the trendy thing to do, to go green, and that appears to be what we're headed for the finish of this race. Your cutaway car below our Hollywood Hotel, all the parts and pieces. We've always appreciated you pointing things out, helping us understand the race a little bit more.
Yeah, we want to tell everybody from Ford Drive One, thank you very much for this 2008 season. Impact, Whitehall, Mechanics Wear, 3M, they all have had such a huge, important role in this season, and we cannot say thank you enough, and especially one more time to the folks at Ford for what they've done for us this year.
Let's head back upstairs for what we hope will be a dramatic finish here at the Monster Mile. Darren, Larry, and Mike.
Thanks, Chris. 46 laps to go here at Dover. Kyle Busch is pulling away from Carl Edwards, Greg Biffle, Matt Kenseth, and the rest of this field. Now, we did get word on Jeff Gordon that the reason they waited so long to pit Gordon was they were trying to gain the 5 points for leading a lap before making their pit stop. That's why they left him out so long after Edwards, Biffle, and Busch had hit pit road. But Larry, in the final rundown, staying out doesn't look like it's going to hurt him as bad as we might have thought at the time.
Even if he had pitted with Kyle Busch and Carl Edwards, I don't think the 24 car was in touch close enough to those 3 Roush cars of Edwards, Biffle, Kenseth, or certainly Kyle Busch. So really, they made a gain out of it by getting those 5 points. I think this is going to be the best that they're going to be able to finish if we stay green, is in the 5th spot, which is a great run, because last week it was a terrible run, a great finish. This week it can be a good run and a good finish. And these guys, their battle will not go away, the 31 and the 26, but we stress the reason that is a really heated battle is Greg Biffle in the 16 car running 3rd, 26-31. They're banking on a caution. That's the battle for the first car a lap down.
While we're watching Jeff Burton, let's get out our NASCAR on Fox trimester report card for Richard Childress Racing in their season.
Jeff Burton's had a pretty good go of it, certainly, and you know, Boyer had all those cars. That 1-2-3 finish they had at Bristol, that was pretty impressive. And they're right there, I think, with Hendrick Motorsports. They got a win. They got some guys running pretty good.
All 3 cars in the chase right now, in the top 12. So that's the reason that grade would be there. Certainly they know. Jeff Burton's even said, yeah, I'm second in the points. I'm not running as good as I was a year ago, but they're solid. Right now, if they do not finish on the lead lap, this would be the first time this year that 31 car has not.
So give Childress Racing a B at this trimester. Every class has a valedictorian and a salutatorian. 2 students with the highest grade point average, and certainly Kyle Busch would lead that list with the season he's had. Certainly a breakthrough season for him. And David Reagan, what a wonderful surprise. Talk about a breakout year for the driver of the Roush number 6.
Yep. No question. Sitting there right now, he would be just outside the top 12 in points after that great run at Darlington. Actually moved in the top 12. And we do stress, we know sometimes parents do not agree with grades that's given to their children. If you don't agree, we'll be happy to have a parent-teacher conference. Oh, by the way, Speed Weeks of 2009. Just call us for an appointment.
And Kyle Busch, with in my mind, he gets an A+ with a few demerits.
And our last individual grade for honors in a specific category. We have had so much fun on speed watching Patrick Carpentier transition to stock cars and try to make the field every week. Wow.
And he has done that. Every time he had an opportunity to qualify, when we didn't have weather intervene, the guy has made the show, with the exception of Daytona, which is a totally different format for the 500.
And he's doing something today that he needs to do every week if he possibly can. Log laps. Learn these racetracks. We know he's good enough to get it in the race. Now learn how to race these racetracks.
And oftentimes, Carpentier has qualified not on his first lap on a track where the first lap is good, but he's gritted it up and done it on the second lap, which makes his accomplishment all that much more exciting.
And that could be pretty smart on his part. You know, get that first one in, get comfortable, and then mat it on the second one. He's been doing a good job of that.
Kyle Busch now 6.5 seconds up on Carl Edwards. Greg Biffle and the rest of the field in Dover with 36 to go. 29 laps to go in Dover. Carl Edwards has knocked 1 second out of Kyle Busch's lead because Kyle Busch has had a devil of a time getting past Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, and even when he got past him, I almost think he probably regretted it to some degree. Kyle gets a run under him right here. He gets alongside Jimmy, and he's able to make the pass. And Jimmy says, hey, Kyle, remember me? We used to work together.
Now, Martin Truex Jr. in the 1 car, the winner from here a year ago, he's fighting for his life to stay on the lead lap. He's in the 6th spot. So if he puts Martin Truex Jr. down a lap, we will have 5 cars on the lead lap. And Jeff Gordon in the 24 is not that far out in front of him.
Truex's best finish this year was 5th. And that came at Richmond. This has been a good battle.
It really has. I've been watching these guys. They've been going at it hard, man.
Blaney just got past Jamie McMurray for 9th place.
Now, Vickers in the 83 car is actually 2 laps down, a lot due to that pit road speeding penalty under green.
Yeah, he's going to really hate what happened to him today, because his car has been obviously as good as these guys. He could have really had a good top 10 today.
But to have that happen under green and still be in the top 15, that's still not a bad day.
And to have it happen twice.
2 spit road, yeah, that's right, twice.
Good news, one of those tracks that was under caution, but tail end the longest line under that one.
I want to take a second to say thank you to a very important group of folks responsible for Fox Sports' success in 2008, and that's you, the viewers. Our average rating for NASCAR on Fox this season has showed a healthy increase over 2007. We thank you for your continued support of NASCAR and of NASCAR on Fox. It's been a pleasure and a privilege to bring you the race each week. Two fellows who have helped give you the pictures of all these laps on Fox. Nelson Hastings, #1 cameraman, has covered his 1,000,000th lap. Now that's second on the all-time list to Chuck Mills, who was at ESPN for many years and then did the Fox and NBC package. Hey Nelson, happy birthday. 5-0.
He can't talk to you.
Right now.
He can't talk to you right now.
Your tally light's not on. He doesn't have time to look. And Brad Hutton, GOAT, who does all the NASCAR on Fox races. He's the handheld man up on the block at Barrett Jackson on Speed as well. Leads all handheld cameramen. Brad turns 50 this month as well. Way to go.
But you know, Mike, to add to that, all the men and women
that lady right
make
there.
this possible.
I tell you what, she is a real trooper. Man, what a job she does.
She's carrying Larry's boarding pass and Artie's car keys.
I just hope she's got my car keys too. But yeah, you hear the 9 announcers every week, but the reason we feel like we have had a great season is because of the 125 to 150 men and women. A lot of them, they don't even go home from one race to the other. They weathered the wind in Las Vegas, the rain in Fontana, the snow in Atlanta. That's the reason NASCAR on Fox works, because they give us the great pictures to talk about.
They've all been going around the TV compound this morning, getting their yearbook signed. And our thanks to all of them, especially these fellows who have been out in the wind and the rain and the snow. Okay, sometimes, occasionally undercover, but not very often.
Like I said last night, Mike, it takes an entire team.
And boy, do we have a great team.
Look at our man there. Huh? Drano.
Chevy, all these fellows, great job.